Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Chris here from Finland Mennonite Church, back with another session of Midweek Musings, this time where we remind ourselves of one truth from this previous week's sermon series. Well, we were back in the book of Habakkuk learning about the God of me and how devastating this God can be when we bow to it. And so as I was thinking more about this, as I was musing about this, I couldn't help but think of a childhood favorite movie. Many people have seen over the years, and many people will probably continue to see. And it's the movie Finding Nemo. Now, in this movie, we meet all kinds of characters, but maybe one of the most unforgettable characters are the seagulls. Right? Every time we encounter the seagulls, they're flying after someone or something, going, mine, 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 right? And they get into battles over it, and they just fight over everything, and they're just silly, and they're goofy. And in fact, maybe we look at them and we go, we pity those animals. Maybe you've seen seagulls at the beach, and you've seen the way that they act, the way that they harass one another, the way they chase one another, the way they try to steal from one another. And you go, you silly seagulls. Well, in our area, we don't have many seagulls, but we do have something very similar to a seagull. We have chickens. This is one of my egg-laying chickens. And you know, chickens are very similar to seagulls. I can often throw out a scrap of food, and the first chicken comes and grabs a piece, and then it runs off. And what do you think the other chickens do? Do they come and just eat and gorge themselves at the pile of scraps? No, they're also silly and to be pitied. See, they would actually run after the chicken that has already gotten a piece because they'd rather try to steal from one than actually go and find this plentiful supply of food that's been provided by their caretaker, right? So they just run after each other. Chickens will constantly be looking over their shoulders and wondering if something is chasing them or trying to take from them. And this is a beautiful illustration, maybe a very humbling one as well, of what we can be like when we also give in to the God of me. See, we actually even have a phrase for this. We would call somebody birdbrained. Like, stop being so birdbrained, right? And it's not a compliment. And yet, how many of us find ourselves acting birdbrained throughout the week, where we are bowing to the God of more, chasing after things that aren't ours, thinking everyone is out to get us because they want what we have? It's a miserable life. You know, we're choosing to be bird-brained when we act this way. This is what the God of me wants us to do. Be me-focused. Go around just like those seagulls going, mine, 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 and doing everything in our power to make it mine. You know what? There's a better way. See, the Bible also talks about how people who follow Jesus, who confess to these things, receive the mind of Christ. So if you're going through your week and you're seeing places where you are bowing to the God of me, like I have been, then we can choose to do one of two things. We can continue to be that way, to act bird brain, to be really just as silly and pitiful as a chicken or a seagull. Or we can confess these things to Jesus. We can turn and trust in Jesus, asking his Spirit to fill us. But not only that, we also get the mind of Christ. So here's my question for you to finish us off. Would you rather be bird-brained or God-brained? Now go and live this week, not bird-brained, turn from being bird-brained and embrace being God-brained by following Jesus, by confessing to him, trusting in him, and living out his calling on our life, where we live, where we work, where we play. Have a good week.